Hello, welcome back to my channel. I got a new Disney shirt. I know you guys care a lot, but I love this one and had to wear it for my next video. But this video is my latest book haul. Usually I do 20 books in a book haul, but right now I have 25, so I'm just going to go with it because some of these books I've had for months, but I just haven't gotten around to filming this, so I think a good reset is in need. So if I just talk about these 25 now, I can then start piling up the new ones from here on out, and then we'll be on track. It'll be much more equal with timing, if that makes sense. And it doesn't matter. But let's start off with the 3 books I've already read so far and go from there. Alrighty, the 3 books I've already read is Bloodguard by Cecy Robson. This is a fantasy novel. I read this back in May. Jump over to my May wrap-up to see my feelings about this one. The next 2 are Caught Up by Navessa and This Made Me Think of You by Emily Bird. I read both of these in June, so you can jump over to my June wrap-up to see my thoughts on these. Next category is my dark romance. I have 1 in this category. It's Pen Pal by J.T. Geissinger. This one is a dark romance, and they are writing letters back and forth. I think the man is in prison, and the lady had her husband just died, and then now someone is contacting her from the prison, and I guess they fall in love. My sister is reading this. She says that it's very entertaining so far, so I picked it up and wanted to give it a go. I do hate that there's like this stereotypical like man on the cover. I'm not a fan when romance books do this, but there's no other alternative cover, so I guess I'm sticking with the shirtless man. My next category is graphic novels. I have 3. The first one is Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is Ashes of the Academy. This is following Zuko and Zuko's half-sister, and I assume Zuko's girlfriend, May. I'm not sure if they are together in this one or not, but I'll have to read it and see. Very exciting. I'm not sure what number this is in the Avatar series, but I saw it, wanted to pick it up, so I can keep going with that series when I'm ready. The other 2 graphic novels I got were Volume 2 and Volume 3 of Olympus. These are graphic novels. I think they're inspired by Greek mythology and follow Persephone and Hades and their romance. I read the first one in June, and I wanted to pick up the next 2 in the series because I want to see if I like it by the end of the 3rd one, and if I do, I'm going to keep going, and if not, then I'll probably end it there. Next up is the sci-fi category. I have 2 here. I have Cyberpunk, no coincidence. This one, well, Cyberpunk is a very popular video game. My fiance Rich loves that video game, and so when I saw this, I had to pick it up. I bought one for myself and bought one for him, and we are planning to read them together. Maybe if I convince him, we'll film a buddy read video for it, and then he can explain to me all of the stuff I'm probably not going to understand in here, but it sounds very interesting. It's about a group of strangers who are pulling off this heist on a mysterious... Oh, no, they're doing a heist on a convoy transporting a mysterious container. And all of these strangers have to do this job because they're getting blackmailed into it. And they don't know what's in the container, but I'm sure they will find out. I'm sure it's going to be dangerous. I'm sure it's going to be fast-paced, and I'm excited to get into it. The next one is Toward Eternity. This one is about AI. It is a futuristic story about a new therapy that promises to eradicate cancer, and there's also an AI that is becoming sentient, and they are gonna get into some trouble with that. There's, I'm sure, gonna be a lot of talk about AI and artificial intelligence getting smarter and being able to think on their own, and then also, you know, all the technology that can eradicate different things like cancer and disease, and whether they should do that even though there's a risk of maybe AI and that taking over. But it sounds really interesting. This is the debut book for Anton Hur, and I saw it in the bookstore. It's pretty short, so I'm excited to jump into this. Alrighty, the next category is fantasy. This has quite a few books. We got The first one is House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J. Maas. This is the special edition, Barnes & Noble special edition that just came out. This book has been out for a while, but the paperback special edition came out, so that means I've got all 3 special editions now of this series, so that completes the series there. I don't know anything about this series. I don't want to know anything about it, but I love these covers and I wanted to make sure that I could get them before I don't know if it's a limited time thing that they're doing, but I know it's going to be a while before I get around to this series because I want to finish Throne of Glass first, but I wanted to make sure I got this edition because they are just beautiful. Next up, we got the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. I was gifted this by my best friend. She read it and loved it, so she sent it over to me. And this is about a girl who wants happily ever after, and when she finds out that the love of her life is marrying someone else, she strikes up a deal with the Prince of Hearts to, I guess, break up the wedding, and finds out that that's probably not the best idea and probably gets into some trouble. So this is just a trilogy, and I think the third one, A Curse for True Love, just recently came out, or somewhat recently. So I'm excited to jump into this at some point. I think I want to finish up a couple series that I'm in the middle of currently, and then I definitely want to jump into this and see what the hype is. Alrighty, second to last in our fantasy series. In our fantasy section is Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. This is a kind of, I think, more of a fantasy sci-fi. It's about the cities holding a set of games. The characters in here, these people in this world, are able to jump between bodies, and they're, I guess, hosting this game, and a part of it is jumping through bodies, and if you, I guess, succeed at whatever the goal is in the game, or maybe, I guess, do it better than everyone else, you will win a bunch of money. And I'm sure there's probably going to be a love story in this. There's going to be a lot of action. It's probably going to be pretty fast-paced. I've heard good things about it, so I'm excited to see if I like it or not. The last book in our fantasy section is Firebird by Juliet Cross. This edition is absolutely gorgeous. This was definitely a splurge on this edition, but I just could not pass it up. It's got a pretty map in it. But this is about this girl. I think she's a witch, and she's on a battlefield and finds herself in trouble. And the guy of the story, which I don't know his name, he comes and saves her. And he does that by shifting into a dragon. And even though shifting to his dragon form can get him into a lot of trouble, he did it to save her. So I think it's going to be a good one. I am a fan of dragons, and I haven't read a ton of books with dragons in it other than, Fourth Wing. But I think there was a couple other ones that I'm just blanking on right now with dragons in it. But I want to read more, so if you have any good book recommendations with dragons in it, leave them down in the comments below. I would love to hear about them. Other than that, I don't really want to know much more. Fantasy, love story, romantasy, shifting, magic. What else could you need? Kind of thing. Alright, and my last section is poetry. I have 10 books in this section. I am not going to go over all of these. I don't really know a ton about the synopsis of these. Poetry is kind of, it doesn't really give good synopsis on the back. Kind of just gotta read them to find out. There's some poetry from Courtney Peppernell that I've read from before. There's Atticus, which I've read from before and loved. There's Amanda Lovelace, which I didn't love the last poetry, but I definitely want to give her another go. And then we've got a few that I have not read from these authors before, but all could be potential favorite authors at some point. So yeah, I just don't feel like it's probably going to be very entertaining for you to watch me figure out what these are about. I guess I could look up on Goodreads, but I'm sure, this one's poems from my phone, poems and peonies. So, I mean, the moon. So we can just assume this is about the moon and night. So I think that's pretty good. I mean, I think it'll be better if I explain more what these are about when I actually read them, and I think that's good to go. So those are the 25 books I have recently hauled within the past couple months. I am now officially caught up with everything I have bought up until You know, it's June 7th right now. So that's everything I bought from here on out. So if I do buy any more, I'll keep a tally. I'll keep a list, and that way I can come back and make another book haul next time I have 20 books to talk about. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know if any of these interest you. Feel free to subscribe, comment, like the video. Those help out a lot. And if you don't have anything to comment but want to support me, leave me a heart emoji. Any color you want will do, and I'll give you a heart back. Alrighty, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!